All right, hey everybody, we're here with Power Rangers Jungle Beasts, episode 18, The Dark Dimension. I am, of course, joined by 4 of our 5 Rangers. One of us, I'm assuming couldn't be here because I never heard back. Unfortunately, you might notice that what is normally the in-game chat, which includes all of our roles, is currently not visible. That's because, Roll20 is acting up, and that's our normal virtual tabletop. So unfortunately, we won't have any maps today, nor will you be able to see the roles on screen, but we'll tell you what they are so that you can still get an idea of that. It also means that we're going to probably push any big combats into, hopefully, the next episode when Roll20 fixes itself. Because if they don't fix themselves pretty soon, I'm going to have to email them and say, like, hey, can I have that money I gave you back if you're not going to work? That's a thing I did. So who wants to give a quick summary of last time? Don't all jump up at once.
Okay. It was a month ago, and I've like not slept since then, but let me try.
Okay.
Okay. David's sister found her. She was in the hospital, and he was like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for my sister. And we went, and we were not very good about hiding the fact that we were Rangers. He went. I think we stood outside.
Y'all came.
Okay. And she was involved with a thing. And that had to do with the bad crystals that we've been hunting.
Oh, and Jason helped us fight the monsters.
Jason did help us fight the monsters. That was good.
And he said something about he met us at the hospital?
Yeah.
Didn't he? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, and so we remember that we saw Dr. Oliver, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we mentioned that.
Okay, sorry, I had to step away for a second. There was someone at the door.
Yeah, pizza man. Pizza time.
No, that would be a better option, actually. Yeah. Okay, so you guys, after defeating the giant monster in your Zords, which took a while, because he was a pretty tough foe who liked to do things like shoot glue at your Zords that stuck them in place. It was very annoying.
Yeah, that's right.
So, you guys are back at the monitoring station, and there is, can't see it in this image that I have up here, but there's actually a hologram of the globe, and it is tracking, like, an unusual number of typhoons and hurricanes and storm systems that are producing tornadoes and floods, and yeah. It's like Maddie's worst nightmare, because, Maddie's doing all sorts of climate science.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, it's
point of the climates.
Like, now, none of your characters themselves are meteorologists or other kinds of climate scientists. However, you do recognize that this is an amount of storms that is not reasonable, and you know that this is because it seems that the weather control device that David's sister Claire, not Claire Masters, the Ranger,
CC.
found. Yes. So, Zelkar says, Rangers, I'm still trying to track the weather controlling device, but I'm having a very hard time pinpointing a location.
Are there normally, like, big hurricanes in Central Asia? Because I don't think that's normal.
It's not.
Oh.
We are having a troubled time with this planet, huh?
Yes. Currently, property damage and casualty numbers are increasing as we speak.
Ah, no. Well, let's get in there and do something about it.
That's the problem. We don't know where there is.
Ah. Guess it would be
Can
too
we maybe,
much to spread out and work on it.
isolate the weather controlling signal?
Yeah, is there a pattern in the weather signals?
Well, that's what I've been looking for, but I've been having trouble finding it. Perhaps all of you might be able to help.
Yeah.
Then a little beep chimes in.
Yeah.
That's the indication that someone is transmitting.
Oh.
And Dr. Oliver pops up on the view screen. He says, "Hey guys, I guess you're the Rangers, right?"
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Well, listen, I might be able to help. I tried seeing if Billy could come help, but he's still on Aquitar, and I don't think he's going to make it in time to fix this problem. So, would you care
Who?
for my assistance on this?
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
please.
everything we can get.
All right. I'll transmit my location over to Zelkar here, and maybe he can transport me in. And Zelkar says, "I've received the data. Yes." So he says, "Stand by for transport." So the little used red section of the teleportation pad lights up, and
Oh,
Dr.
shoot.
Oliver teleports in on that section. He says,
All right.
"Hey guys, I've got a little bit of experience with this Power Ranger thing.
The
Might
more
be
the
able to
merrier.
help out." So,
well,
nice setup you have here.
Thank you.
thanks.
Gets the job done.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of my sort of cave that I had once, where I was doing all my paleontology research and also, fighting off a dinosaur-human hybrid and his army of mutated
Ooh.
monsters. Because,
Dinosaurs, human hybrids.
I think I saw that in the news once.
That sounds
Not
awesome.
you, but like dinosaur mutant monsters.
yeah, it was a pretty big deal over at Reefside.
Yeah, I think I got off school for like a week.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I had that paleontology degree that I got after I stopped being a race car driver.
That is
Wow. That's a
the
lot.
coolest career change.
Yeah.
That's a
I
lot.
too desire to have an adventurous career.
Same.
Well, hey, you're Power Rangers, so I think you've already got that covered.
Well, okay. More.
Look, if you want more adventure than just being a Power Ranger, you're in for a rough ride.
Yeah, it's good to have dreams.
All right. So, I guess you guys have scanning equipment. What's going on here? Zelkar, can you point me to what to do? And Zelkar says, "There are numerous computer consoles you can use, Dr. O." Awesome. Thank you. All right.
I clear off several stacks of books that are covering all but my computer console.
Nice.
I pick up a potted plant over by the one of the art consoles as well.
Yeah.
I scratch my
Sorry.
head.
Sorry.
Sorry, it's just
Oh.
root.
Just let me get this out of the way. Oh, that stack was in order. Oof. That's fine. I'll reorganize it later. Weather patterns. That's what we're looking at.
Yep.
Weather patterns. We're trying
yeah.
to see, could we I feel like triangulate is a good tool maybe. Is there a way we could look at if there's a source of all these strange weather patterns?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you work on that. I will work on whether or not we can find any non-weather based transmissions, maybe any patterns in the morphing grid that are emanating from a particular location, something like that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Check the I take out a notebook. Check the morphing grid for
Didn't know you
power
could do that.
fluctuations. Right.
Yes. All right. Well, in that case, what I would like to do is first, I I know the answer, I believe, is basically no, but is anyone trained in technology besides Claire?
Me.
You are? Okay. Would you prefer to assist? Because I'm pretty sure you have a lower skill than Claire or
Probably.
Dr. Oliver. So would you prefer to assist Dr. Oliver or Claire?
Claire, what's yours? D6?
That's a D4.
Mine's a D4.
Well, in that case, actually, you could also take the lead.
That's literally Claire's whole thing. Mine's more in biomechanics.
All right. Who would you like to help out then?
I've known Claire longer, and this guy's still I don't know him that well.
Okay. All right. In
He
that
seems
case,
cool,
Claire,
but,
why don't you take a technology check,
teamwork.
and you can get a edge on that.
Perfect. Thanks, team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have to roll or something?
No. You assisting is what's giving her the edge.
I'll take it.
Okay. Edge.
Don't cut yourself on all that edge.
Hey, it's a 13.
Yep. So
Hey.
you have found that there is a slight preference for storms starting just off the west coast of northern Africa. Unfortunately, though, that's kind of where hurricanes tend to start anyway. So you're not sure if that's super useful.
Are there... Okay, this is... Wait, no, shoot. Sorry, that's a Maddie question, not a Claire question.
Well, you have story points you could spend to try to get extra clues.
Okay. Ooh, can I do a... Hold on. I have a thing. It's the I remember reading about.
Yes, you do.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. I might know a little bit about something useful in nearly any situation. In a situation where you and your allies are stumped, I can always spend a story point to get a clue from the GM.
Exactly.
Okay, so can I do this? I want to do, hey, I remember reading about hurricanes, and I know that they have preferential formation zones. So they specifically don't naturally form within plus or minus 5 degrees latitude of the equator. And they do often form in the northern hemisphere off that western coast of Africa because of pre-existing low pressure systems in the form of oh no, it's African something waves. What are they called? African.
You see his eyes glaze over.
And out of character, this is why I chose to make some weather-based episodes, because Maddie is here.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
I knew you would love it.
I love it. No, yes, I legitimately can't remember the names of these small
It's okay.
waves.
Claire probably can't remember either.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in character. It's good.
And they form off the coast. I think it's a topography feature. They form off the west coast of Africa, and those, if they can be strengthened, then they can form into tropical depressions, right? And strengthen. You also need warm enough ocean water, and relatively weak vertical wind shear. So you because you don't want to knock over the cell before it starts. So I want to look. So with all of that knowledge, I kind of want to look for. I want to see if there's are these storms forming in that plus or minus 5 degrees, right? Because that's a place that I know they should not.
Okay.
Ooh-wee.
All right. So
That's a lot of words.
with that, what I'm going to say is that both Dr. Oliver likes this idea, and I'm assuming that David would still like to assist. So what I would like you to do
although
is
he's still very confused with what you just said.
either a technology or a science check, and you can get edge and one upshift.
I believe in you. You can do it.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on. Where is it?
Here's what?
I might have some. I literally say, I believe in you. You can do this. You can get another D4 to that roll as well.
There you go.
From inspiration.
Okay. So I'm making a science roll.
Is that for skills too? I just need to read this real quick.
Is science your better trained skill than
I
technology?
need D20.
It's the same.
Okay.
Yeah, because I split my smarts. I've got like a D4 and everything in smarts.
Okay.
So I get a +1 skill shift.
Mm-hmm.
This just feels more like a science check than a technology check to my brain. And I get edge, and then I can also add another D4. So that's a 19, and then
critical. And yeah, you might as well roll the D4.
Nice.
All the
+2, so a critical 21.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I believe that is a critical 21.
All the things.
I need to check one thing real quick in terms of like geography, because I want to just double check to make sure that the place I'm thinking of is actually close enough to the equator. So,
or we can also look to make sure they're spinning the correct direction.
Ooh.
So all of them do seem to be spinning the right direction. There's nothing that's like counter Coriolis that's happening. Which, yeah, that would be a pretty crazy indication. Yeah, okay. So, there are some storms, big storms, that are forming just south of the Straits of Malacca, over near Indonesia, Singapore area.
Hey, that's not normal. They shouldn't be able to do that.
No, they should not. I'm also glad I remembered that that's close enough to the equator, because I was like, wait, is it? Let me double check.
Listen, I'm not going to lie, Dapper. Maddie, was thinking, like, okay, if I was going to be me checking someone else's, like, fantasy weather, those are things I would check for.
Yeah. Hey, in this case, I'm breaking the rules of weather on purpose for a good reason.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
I'm going to be a race car driver now.
Okay.
Hey, why not?
I'm going to be a millionaire. Then
interestingly, the actual JDF, for most of his post-acting career, did what you would expect Tommy to actually do based on the show, which is starting martial arts schools.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
Yeah. That's what he did for most. I mean, like, he did a lot of conventions, and he still did some more acting. He's actually got his last movie coming out later this year, but... Yeah. Although, oddly enough, he started Christian martial arts schools, which is a little weird to me.
What's the difference?
I guess you talk more about Jesus in a Christian martial arts school as opposed to, like, I don't know, Buddhism or something.
You learn how to do the Jesus punch.
Yeah, the Jesus punch.
I didn't know there was a Jesus punch.
Well, that's because you didn't go to any of his martial arts schools.
You gotta do them Judy chops.
Yeah. You know, Jesus slices bread by doing a karate chop.
Yeah, if you karate chop someone with the exact right technique in the exact right place, they just start believing in Jesus.
Judo chop.
Yeah, it's missionary karate. What it is?
Oh,
missionary karate.
That sounds both boring and dirty.
They just puke out a pamphlet.
Usually, those things don't go together much. Boring and dirty.
That's true.
Honestly, you've never seen Hoarders.
That's a good point. All right.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do with this information that some of the storms, not all of them, some of them, are starting unusually near the equator, near the Straits of Malacca, a bit like southeast?
What do you guys think?
There's got to be some kind of machine controlling it, right?
We know that there's an ancient artifact that's almost certainly what's controlling it. That's what David's sister Cece found.
Well, that's the best we can do is try to find it. So what we were basically doing is trying to narrow it down, right, gang? So where's this damn thing at so I can punch it?
Well, Dr. O chimes in and says, well, if these storms are forming near the Straits of Malacca, and that's the only place where unusual storms are forming, maybe we should start checking things like Indonesia or Singapore or something.
Can we search the morphing grid in those areas to look for fluctuations in the polarity?
Yeah, polarity fluctuations. That's actually what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about spectronomic flux?
Yes.
I think we should start with polarity inversions. I think spectronomic flux variations might come later. For now, I think we should probably check for inverted polarity.
What?
Yeah. Look, it's science-y Power Ranger stuff. Don't worry about it too much, man.
I'm a Power Ranger.
Yeah, but you're not one of the science-y ones. Look, I wasn't either until
I
much later
actually.
in my... it wasn't until I got my, like... What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4... 5th Power Ranger form that I became the science-y guy.
Wait, what?
That's pretty cool.
You have a... Well, I've only had one.
Most Rangers only have one.
We have a lot to talk about, but not right now.
Okay. Oh, hey, you want to see something really cool?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Now you see me? And then he just literally disappears. But you hear him say, now you don't.
What the... What? What the heck?
That
You're not even morphed.
Yeah, it turns out, even unmorphed, the Black Dino Charge Ranger can turn invisible.
The what?
Yeah.
Is that
I'm
related
just
to like, your dinosaur?
Just happy to be a ranger.
Yeah. He reappears. So it turns out that binding with one of the dino gems actually gives you some extra powers even when you're not morphed.
I'm happy to be a ranger.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be a ranger.
That's like the power that dinosaur had then?
Okay, as a paleontologist, I cannot confirm that Brachiosaurus could become invisible. However, I also can't deny it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So, could Brachiosaurus become invisible? Maybe. We don't know.
I mean, if enough camo paint, probably.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe. Now, I'll also say I doubt it. I mean, most animals can't become invisible, so probably not. But, like, hey, maybe.
Maybe these dino gems are from specific dinosaurs that were connected to the morphing grid.
Yeah, could be. I mean, they are connected to the morphing grid.
And they reversed their polarity.
And became gems.
Not that we could find. But, you know.
Well, theories for another day.
We have a lot to do.
We have a world to save.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I will stay back here in the monitoring station and continue to scan the morphing grid. Why don't you guys take some scanners that are more up-close personal scanners? You guys can check out the area around, like... I mean, we should probably check, like... I don't know, what, Jakarta, Singapore, any other ideas?
All of them.
Yeah.
Every area that's close to the storm.
Check, like, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, those kind of places?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, Rangers?
Oh, man, I don't speak many East Asian languages.
I don't either.
Start in Singapore. Something like 40% of the population of Singapore is fluent in English.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Let's start in Singapore.
It's also increasingly a more common language spoken at home. I think by probably the 2040s or so, it'll become the majority at-home language in Singapore.
Okay. I mean, my Mandarin's pretty okay, but...
Oh, there's a lot of Mandarin speakers, too.
Between
English and Mandarin, you just got most of the population of Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah, and also there's a big Mandarin population and a big Cantonese population in Indonesia, too. They're not the majority, but they're a sizable minority.
I'll take it.
We'll take it.
Okay. Well, may the power protect you.
May the
And
power
also
protect.
with you.
And all
This isn't church, but thanks.
What? Oh, okay.
All right, so where are you off to first?
Let's go to Singapore.
All right.
Yeah.
Seems wise.
Would you like to go there morphed or unmorphed?
Morphed.
Okay.
Just
Well,
in
then in that
case.
case, someone better say it.
It's morphin' time!
There we go. All right. So you guys all morphed, and
Black Cayman.
Yes.
Spectacled bear.
Well, come on.
Pink
Keep going.
Riddle.
Feathered serpent.
There we go. All right. You all have your morphin shells form around your bodies, and your helmets snap into place via a very fancy animation in which they assemble themselves from various parts. It's all very cool and very much not on camera because I'm lazy. I say that, but I spent a lot of time before this coming up with like actual 3D renders of your suits and whatnot. So
and
Yeah.
look at the head in the tube.
yeah, I did make a head in a tube out of little
I'm happy.
points of light.
Pretty cool.
It even
cool.
like moves around a little bit. Yeah, it has little wavy bits. It's subtle, but it's there. Anyway,
I like it.
thank you. Okay, so you guys teleport into a little park in Singapore, and there's a bunch of banyan trees around, and there's a little bridge over a koi pond. It's very nice, very Singapore. There's no gum on the streets because that gets you like 20 lashes with a cane in Singapore because Singapore is hardcore.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's actually illegal to bring chewing gum into the country of Singapore.
Oh,
You can be arrested
Wow.
for possession of chewing gum.
They don't screw around.
No, Singapore is, like I said, Singapore is hardcore.
dang.
Yeah, it's
Fair.
they're a little overboard if you ask me, but hey, they didn't ask me.
That's true.
Yeah.
I would like to go full like original Star Trek away mission
Okay.
with my. I assume I have some sort of amazing Morphin Grid tricorder.
Yeah, basically. But also, it is in fact not a sunny day in Singapore. It is very windy
Oh.
and there's heavy rain. And while this is not like hurricane level or anything, it's clearly not a great day. The streets are relatively empty. There's not even all that much traffic, which, if you've been to Singapore, is unusual.
Okay, so quick.
Singapore is
quick
kind of like New York sometimes. No one drives. There's too much traffic.
Quick question, Maddie. Is the tricorder bear shaped?
Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
made it a
clever.
little case. It has ears.
Yes.
Nice.
I think you just gave her a madagasm.
Yeah, Steve Reno made a good point in the chat. Is there gum in Claire's fanny pack? Better not be.
Oh.
No, just juice boxes.
Okay, juice boxes, as far as I know, are legal in Singapore.
I love fruit roll-ups. Can we have some fruit roll-ups in there?
Let me check. I've got fruit snacks.
I'll take it.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are now on the ground in Singapore. Things seem to be going poorly for the Singaporeans. I think that's the correct endonym.
Singaporeans.
I think so.
Singapore? I think it's Singaporean. It might be Singaporeans. Tell me in the chat if you know. If you don't,
Those
Tell
things
me
are
in the
always weird.
Singapore? That can't
no,
be
that
right.
can't be it.
That can't be right.
Definitely not it. Anyway, yeah, so you guys are in Singapore. What's up? What are you gonna do?
All right.
Besides, go get like some Indian and then some Chinese and then some Japanese and food and all sorts of craziness.
I suppose it would be easy enough that there's a giant beam of light projecting this storm. So
Yeah, no like 2010s comic book movie Sky Laser. Sorry.
Well,
Mhm.
Just forgot to search for clues.
are we detecting a do we have any detectors for like the electrical spectrum?
Well,
That's
I'm going to
probably
go ahead and say
specific.
that Claire's Power Rangers tricorder can probably check for like EMF flux.
I
Yeah.
look over to her and I say, is there a heavy discharge of electrical input anywhere around here? I can say fancy words too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an excessive amount of exceeding background radiation signal in the electron dipole structure
Wow. That sounds
north
really
of here.
that sounds
Yeah.
really fancy and really nonsensical.
Yep.
How much radiation? Like normal amounts or
Like a banana.
Oh, never mind then.
Oh,
Steve Reno had a good idea. Just check for EVPs.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
is a banana like a lot?
Well, I mean, normally you don't measure most EMF radiation in terms of like ionizing radiation units, but no, a banana isn't a lot.
A banana is not a lot of radiation. Unfortunately, when you use the banana scale to explain radiation exposure, ionized radiation exposure to people, it does not make them feel more comfortable about ionizing radiation. It makes them think of bananas.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that is a weird kind of a thing, isn't it?
I
Yeah.
mean, that just makes me more psyched for bananas.
Yeah.
Avery will be
this.
disappointed if there isn't eventually a
Yeah.
kaiju emerging from the sea to attack Singapore. Well, unfortunately, because of the problems with Roll20, there probably won't be this session. But hey,
Oh,
this will not be the last session dealing with this scenario.
boo.
All right. So Tommy chimes in. He says, "Hey, Rangers,
Yeah.
We're
this
here.
is on your communicators, by the way. Hey, I'm picking up some morphing grid polarity fluctuations north of you.
All right, let's
Whoa.
book it, guys.
My readings confirm.
Okay.
Let's go that way. It's my scanner's going beep beep. We should go that direction.
All right.
I start booking it.
All right, we need to
So
go.
running.
Yeah.
Gary just runs off the frame.
So you start heading north through Singapore, and as you go, your banana readings do in fact start to increase as you get a bit farther north.
Okay.
So what I would like now is for Maddie, you would like to take a either a science or technology check, and I will say that that because you probably brought more than one tricorder, David at least can probably still help.
Yes.
But because it's also something he's not as familiar with, I'm just going to give you the upshift instead of the edge. So you're getting an upshift. Not edge.
Okay. Check.
Take it.
21.
Nice.
Oh, hey. Dude,
So-
that's a. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter that I rolled a nat 20.
That is a nat 20.
So it
It's
doesn't
pretty cool.
it doesn't matter except that it results in a high number, right?
Yeah.
So nat 20s on their own don't mean anything in this game other than it is a high number, which is meaningful on its own.
Yeah.
Okay, so it actually turns out that the fluctuation seems to be coming in more strongly, not quite in Singapore, but a bit into Malaysia.
Ah, okay.
So it looks like either you're going to have to cross the bridge to Malaysia, which might be a little bit troublesome in terms of things like, customs and passports, which, by the way, none of you brought your passports, nor did you have them stamped up for entry into Singapore.
We're Power
But we're
Rangers.
morphed.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the border guards are going to be like, oh, it's okay, they can just cross international boundaries without us checking.
Yeah.
It's their job to check everyone.
We'll just port there.
Yeah. Can we call for a ride?
You can absolutely call for a ride in terms of, like, calling for a Zord to carry you, which basically be just driving a tank over the bridge, or you could.
I meant call for a teleport.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Tell us you need to get through our borders by
Sword.
giving us your passport. We just summon a Zord to go over the passport.
Yeah, you
Listen,
maybe you could have your.
I don't see why we can't fight bureaucracy with sword. That feels appropriate.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I mean, it also kind of sounds like a weird libertarian power fantasy, but okay.
Yes.
In the best way
Screw
possible.
you, borders.
It's like I wouldn't have to use my passport if I had a giant mech. I don't consent.
Arg.
Aw, jeez.
In reality, get a passport.
Giant mech ownership should be legal, along with nukes.
I agree to one of those, and it's not the latter.
They're putting stuff
Listen,
in
I
those
feel
Zords
like
and
if you
fucking
can
frogs
make a
gay.
giant mech, like, no one can take it from you.
I would rather replace nukes with giant mechs.
Vagary asks,
We're gonna,
are
like-
Power Rangers bulletproof? No, they are explicitly not. The RPG actually has rules for guns, and you are not immune to them just by being morphed. Now,
Got it.
you have a higher resistance if you decide to, just tough out the bullet. But yeah,
That
no.
scene in Blade where his outfit gets shot. Man, you must be out your mind.
So, that was a 21. So yeah, you do manage to first you teleport into Malaysia, and so you're in southern Malaysia, scanning around, and unfortunately, at this point, it seems like rather than getting stronger at a particular place, there's this large area in which this whole thing is basically just the same basic strength. There doesn't seem to be
Okay.
any particular direction to go now that you're in sort of the middle of this wide field, which, based on your scans, it looks like it's going to be like a few dozen miles in, like, either side. Like basically, like the radius of this area is a few dozen miles. Like this is going to be pretty tough to just pinpoint with your current equipment.
Okay.
I would say we should Scooby-Doo this, but splitting up seems like a great way to get ambushed by mantoids.
Don't one of us have like a flying Zord? We could just scout the city away.
I have an aquatic Zord.
I could have sworn one of us could fly.
Orion has a spacefaring Zord, but it does not actually have a lot of atmospheric flight capability.
Okay, never mind.
It's kind of like the space shuttle. Like it kind of can fly in the atmosphere, but not really. You can't like just take it on a flight to Paris or something.
No.
Yeah.
Hey,
David, did your sister give you a sense of how big this weather machine is?
She did not. I didn't want to press her too much. She looked like she was already rattled enough.
That's fair.
But looking at it as it is now, perhaps I should have.
Maybe we could. Okay. Is the region that we're in, this like region, is it like super rural? Is there a city?
It's pretty rural. The area you're in is dominated by like low shrubs. There's a fair few rice paddies here and there, although they look like they're probably less like natural wetlands and more like people are irrigating these areas.
Okay. Maybe we could find some locals to talk to and see if there's been any changes in the last week or so.
Okay, but we are in rural Malaysia. What are the chances they speak English?
Low.
What are the chances they speak Mandarin?
Not as low, but also low.
What are the chances we can use our technology in our suits to get it immediately translated to whatever language we need?
More or less zero.
Even with a special point?
Yeah.
I, Maddie, don't know this. What is like the language of Malaysia?
So there's a few. Now I'm trying. Remembering the actual name. It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember it.
Okay, Google. Malaysian.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are several, because keep in mind,
so I mean, Malay is one of the big ones, but it's not the only one.
Bahasa, Malaysia.
Okay.
I mean, there's people who speak Cambodian there. There's people who speak Tagalog in a few places.
We're gonna be screwed. There's Malay and 10 dialects of Malay.
Like
we're screwed.
Keep in mind, Malaysia and Indonesia are kind of products of colonialism. There is no one language per them. They're a giant collection of different ethnic groups.
It's also the case that like Malay is less of a language and more of a dialect.
Okay. So this is a pretty rural area. How far would we be from like a city or a town or like someplace where we could reasonably find a translator?
You don't know.
Dang it.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a viable, route for us. Perhaps, I mean, if we were some kind of evil bad guy with a weather controlling device, where would we put it? In the middle of Malaysia.
Exactly. Answer your own question. Is the dead center of Malaysia?
Yeah, but would you put it?
Okay, but the dead center of Malaysia is the middle of the ocean because of how Malaysia works.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like, so in this area, we have this kind of rural area with like farms, basically. But if you're putting in the farm, there's a chance it'll be found by locals. Maybe they'll put it more into the remaining jungle in the area.
Steve Marino asks if there's an abandoned warehouse district. No, but of course there is a rock quarry because it's Power Rangers.
Yeah. Maybe we should search for a rock quarry.
Yeah, search for a rock quarry. You'll probably find the bad guys there.
No.
I do like that Power Rangers Angel Grove actually does have a specifically abandoned warehouse district.
Wow.
So that's where you go to put your abandoned warehouse.
Angel Grove is on the is in a transition phase from heavy industry to high tech industry.
Oh, okay, so, that makes sense.
Oh,
right,
yeah. I bet they have a decrepit rail yard too.
I don't think anyone here has any illusions about how serious of a franchise Power Rangers is.
What do you mean? It's like the
Definitely
most
not.
serious franchise I've ever watched.
Oh. You must not have a wide range of TV viewing.
It's
I
way
watch
more
three
serious than
shows.
Death
The
Note.
news, Power Rangers.
Death Note, move over. Power Rangers, way more serious.
Right.
Look, the comic books are a much more mature adult take, and I don't mean that in like a adult film sort of way. I mean like it is targeted towards people in like their 30s and 40s.
Yeah, those are really good.
They are excellent.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we should go check the jungle.
You are the Jungle Beast Rangers.
Yeah, that's kind of our
Run
specialty.
through the jungle.
Yeah, you can check the jungles if you want.
Check the jungles.
All
Right, guys?
Shall we?
Shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. Jungle time.
All right, what are you looking for in the jungle?
A mechanical device in the shape of something weather related. I don't know what the heck a weather system looks like.
I guess
Only you had asked your sister. Which, I mean, technically
Only
you could go teleport back, ask her, and teleport back again, using up your last teleport for the day.
That seems like a plan if we start to run in circles. That's a backup. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
maybe we can look for signs of like recent disturbance, right? Like, did someone just make a road?
Signs of recent disturbance, like maybe scorch marks.
Yeah, so there
any
are
kind of weird metal.
So there are some unpaved roads in the area. If you want to take a, let's see, that would probably end up being either science or streetwise, or determining how recently made the road is.
All right.
Mm.
I mean, me and Maddie can probably deal with this.
Yeah. Hey, TD, could you do a maybe you could use a check instead of searching the road? Do you want to look at like the plants near the road?
Oh yeah, sure. I can do that.
And
Look at
Okay.
if they're recently damaged or anything.
So that's
like
going to
that.
be
Yeah.
a science check. But you have what is your rule with botany? That you have a specialization for botany? Is that it?
Hold on, I'm reading it.
Botany. Botany. Botany.
I mean, it doesn't seem to say anything specific.
Check your you have a student background, right?
When attempting to recall facts or performing a task in relation to this subject, you gain an edge on your skill check.
Okay, yeah, that'll work. You
Hmm.
get edge on most botany checks, basically.
Cool. So just a science check with edge?
Unless, actually, Claire, you have science trained, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you can assist him. You can give him a +1 option. Does anyone else have science trained?
No.
I do.
Not over here, sir.
Hey, well then, Orion, you can also give him another +1 upshift. So you're getting a +2 upshift and edge on this botany check. One of the things I really like about the system is it does actually give really good bonuses for assistance, which helps drive home the teamwork idea.
Hmm.
Nice.
That's a good roll.
Yeah, a 24 with a critical success. So, yeah, this road that you are checking, or there's one of the roads that you're checking that does seem to be fairly recent. A lot of the plants nearby are plants that spring up quickly. They tend to be annual rather than like perennial plants. So we're talking like plants that, they spring up in a year, they reproduce, and then they die. That's it.
Just like me. Gotcha.
Well, like many octopus and squid.
Yes.
Yep.
We don't have one of those rangers. No octopus or squid ranger.
True, mostly because, as far as I know, the Amazon rainforest does not have any extant octopus or squid species.
Hmm.
I could be wrong about that, though.
I don't know.
Who knows?
So, yeah. Would you like to follow the road?
I think we should follow this road, guys.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
idea.
Oh, you're on point.
Okay,
All right.
let's see. Who has let's have everyone take an alertness check.
No, not rolling.
Oh, joy.
My weakness.
Yep. Everyone takes an alertness check.
Let me check and see if I have any advantage.
Ooh. Orion notices nothing. He's too distracted by all the rain.
Hey, 14.
I'm doing a thing. I did a thing.
Oh, I got a critical success. No, I didn't get a critical success. I just got a 14.
Yeah.
But we've got David and Gary with criticals.
No, mine's a 2. I can't.
Oh,
get
yours
it.
is a 2.
Yeah,
You
technically-
can't crit on a 2.
Yeah.
Lame.
You can't crit on a D2, even though the character sheet says that you can. I don't know.
I crit on a
It's a problem with the coding in the character sheet. So.
Gotcha.
So Casey,
Hi.
I am going to whisper something to you, and you can choose what to do with that.
All right. You got it.
Whispers. This whisper brought to you by.
Whisper.
Deke. Remember that station? Remember that what was it? A production company? It just right after Power Rangers, before Rangers. Deke.
No. What
Okay.
there used to be? Oh goodness, because I would like come home from school, and like we would watch Power Rangers, and then I thought we watched like another show on PBS.
Magic School Bus.
No, oh okay, no. Sorry, I'm fusing memory. This wasn't Power Rangers that we'd come up. We'd come home from school, and it was like
Beetleborgs?
Wishbone, and then
Oh yeah,
some
Wishbone.
like show about animals that was hosted by an animated lizard who wanted to be a dragon.
I'm not familiar with that show.
And
I
I
don't
don't
remember
remember the
that.
name of it,
Awesome.
but it was
Dragon's
just
Den?
like
You know what I remember from my childhood that I watched the ever living shit out of?
What?
Zaboomafoo.
Yeah, but that's a little bit after like Maddie's time, I think.
So what is
yeah.
it?
It's after
I
my
didn't hear
time.
you correctly.
Oh yeah.
What was it? I want to know.
The Boomafoo. It was there was a lemur on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
ooh, I don't know that one.
I remember a lemur.
They used a combination of live animals, puppets, and claymation.
Yeah, I
Okay,
probably
I
wouldn't
It was
know.
weird.
I probably
It was
wouldn't know
neat.
about it, except that like a fair portion of my family are like educators, so they're familiar with more kids TV than I would normally be, and they occasionally talk about it. So I get like vicarious information about kids programming that I'm not watching.
Okay, so when it comes to shows in the 90s, early 2000s, the one that everybody in North Carolina remembers, as far as I know, is the most stupid program I've ever heard in my life. And it was called Zoom or something like that. And they had a segment on there where they were like, we've made up our own language. Let's talk in the Oba-Doba language. And I'm like, God.
Oh no, I remember that.
Uh-oh.
How do I know that?
All right, but Casey, you've been given a whisper.
I didn't. Oh, it's in Roll 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Secret information.
All right. I tell everybody, get low now.
I dropped to the ground.
Me too.
Just like,
All right, everyone, take infiltration checks.
I don't have any, but it seems like the appropriate response.
All right, so we got a 15 for Orion, a 14 for Gary, a 17 for Claire, but also an 8 for David.
He's too dummy thick with his giant dragon suit.
No, that's not always on because the DM said I could do that.
Yeah, you can opt not to be wearing it in cases like. Okay. So far, nothing is attacking. Nothing seems to be stomping through the jungle at you. No one's yelling at you. You don't seem to have been noticed by anything. Although your quick drop to the ground did, because Casey was bad at it, did disturb a few insects and birds that flew away.
Oh,
I would like to say that I have like I'm like prone on my face.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And just saying like it's muffled because I'm talking into the ground.
Okay, but your helmet's on, so it's really not though.
Okay, fine. It's funnier if you let me do that.
Okay.
No, her face is still in the ground, so the sound's gonna be coming out.
Oh, like her mouth is pushed up against the front of the helmet.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And it's in mud or something.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I like the idea that I just grab. I like the idea I just grab the back of your helmet and pull your head up. What?
What? Why did we drop?
Mantoid corpse in the bushes.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, that's not good.
Let's slowly get up to it, Let's just slowly work our way up to it.
Okay.
All right, so you guys start like, what are you crawling? Doing like a belly crawl?
I'm gonna get up and like crouched, video game crouch walk.
We're doing
style.
we're doing some like Skyrim level or like some
snaky, solid snake or something.
Yeah, we're
behold
Okay.
the cramps.
Everyone knows that all it takes to be stealthy is to crouch down so that your knees are near your chest, and there you go. You're stealthy.
Wear a box. And wear a box.
Well, yeah, wearing the box helps.
Have you ever tried to move like that? It is not fun.
No, it's not. Claire, would you like to have a box? Because you can spend a story point to have a box.
I do not wish to have a box. Thank you. I would like to check the body and see if I can see how long it's been dead.
Okay. So you get up there. There is no incidents in terms of anyone attacking you or yelling stop or anything like that. So let's take a look at what skill I want to make you roll. So this is going to be a science check. If you have anything for medicine, that'll help. And anyone who wants to help out can.
I'll help.
Okay.
I don't have anything for science.
Just my student perk is in biology.
Then in that case, you get edge, and I will let the help from Gary give you a +1 upshift.
Thank you.
Yeah, sneaky snake in vibrantly bright uniform, says Bakery. Yeah, look, the Power Rangers can somehow be sneaky when they need to be. It's just a thing. Don't worry about it.
Well,
24.
It's like the ridiculousness of 40k armies being all brightly colored, even though that's like tactically insane.
To be fair, not tactically insane if you're fighting in line warfare.
To be fair.
Okay. But look, even the Alpha Legion is brightly colored, but they're supposed to be super sneaky.
No, there's this super sneaky colors.
Oh, yeah? Bright teal is super sneaky?
In space, you don't know.
Got you there.
Space could be teal.
Like Hydra scale.
Look, the fact that there's scale patterns doesn't make the bright teal any sneakier. Okay.
Should have got Dr. Oliver. At least
this is a relatively recently killed mantoid, and it has like bullet wounds. Like this looks like it was probably something killed by like some local with a gun. It might be law enforcement, it might be military, it might just be a civilian who happened to own a probably illegal gun. But yeah, it's been shot.
Okay.
Huh. That's...
Bakery says, Ultramarine infiltrators in Ultramarine blue. At least the Ultramarine scouts wear like camo cloaks that they can cover their not quite armor in.
Let's not even begin to talk about 40k where they can just immediately turn into invisibility or all the other bullcrap technological powers of the Imperium, man. Don't you even start there, sir.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, this is a relatively recently deceased mantoid. And it has been shot with just conventional firearms.
You know,
like by recent, like less than a day, less than a week.
Oh yeah, probably less than a day.
You know, I wonder if these have like actual brains, or if they're like spread throughout the entire body. Like
Bakery. The Ultramarine Scouts are not in full power armor. They're in like weird carapace armor. Come on.
And they could legit turn invisible. So
Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, the Alpha Legion can, so they must have got their powers from somewhere.
Yeah, but that's not the Ultramarines.
Yeah, but they were a part of the Space Marine Legions. Never mind, we need to get back to it. We were literally talking about this all night. We were literally talking about this all night. Oh my.
Okay.
Anyway, back to
Bakery. We could literally be on this all night.
All right, so, you have discovered a recently deceased mantoid corpse.
Okay. I think we're on the right path, guys. But we should keep our eyes out for whoever killed the mantoid.
Oh, Vagrie's talking about Primaris infiltrators, not scouts. Here's the thing. I hate the Primaris lore, so while I do like the models, I'm ignoring that they exist in terms of lore.
Oh, you think that's? Oh God, we really shouldn't start. But you think that's
Yeah,
bad? There's a rumor that Fabius Bile might be making Chaos Space Marine Primaris too.
I expected
So-
that the whole time, so that's not
Yes.
surprised me. That doesn't mean I like it.
Yeah, I
The
know.
Primaris lore is trash. Sorry.
It's not good.
No, it's
but
not.
let's
The
just-
models, though, are excellent.
Yes, they are. Back on topic.
I know. We'll be here all day.
It's Vagary's fault. I blame Vagary.
I
Vagary's
blame
banned.
Vagary too.
No,
No, not banned. Just put in a little corner where
Just
we can
kidding. Vagary's not banned. I earlier made a joke about banning Vagary from the Discord.
Oh,
I blame Depredata.
Yeah, that's accurate. It's my fault.
True.
Okay. So here's what we're going to actually do, guys. We're going to take a quick break because we are coming up on that 1 hour point. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a 5-minute break, and then we are going to come back. And more developments in the quest to find where the weather control machine is. Because apparently the agents of Lord Claw or some other nefarious force have it. Presumably the agents of Lord Claw, because, he's the main bad guy. But you never know. He's not the only bad guy. You guys have definitely fought members of other factions, including the Trubian Empire.
He bad guy.
Yeah. So we're going to go to the intermission. Please enjoy the Power Rangers music on the intermission. It'll be hopefully good. I don't know. I mean, it's literally just Power Rangers music from the actual show, so it'll probably fit.
So much self-doubt.
Sweet.
I'm going to get myself, feel free to take breaks, get new snacks, get new drinks, all that good stuff. All right.
Thirsty.
We will
Water.
be back in about 5 minutes. Bye, everybody. And we are back from break, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. I realized I didn't even have everyone introduce themselves, but you know what? If you've been watching, we're on episode 18. If you don't know who these guys are by now, I don't know. Go rewatch the previous 17 episodes.
Do you not have an intro credits?
I mean, I do have an intro credits. There is that too. Yeah. So everyone's listed there. Yeah. So.
Oh, good.
Anyway.
Oh, hey, can I plug something real fast?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I've got a I'm doing my monthly solo Call of Cthulhu game tomorrow night at 8 Eastern on Amateurish Productions Twitch channel. And so we'll see how many we're playing through Alone Against the Dark, and so far I've killed 2 characters, which is and I killed them both last stream in less than an hour.
Nice. Steve Reno, the Red Ranger had to exit the game.
Yeah.
That's a way to put it.
He thought we were playing D&D basically, even though
even then,
I wouldn't go that. I wouldn't say that.
Story, and there's no looting.
Yeah, look,
go that far.
Rewatch the first few episodes, and you'll see where the Red Ranger went. Is basically the look. We are looking for. It's not very actively. We do want a Red Ranger to come in. So if someone here is willing to be a Red Ranger, contact me privately. And we'll go through some sort of like a job interview thing where it's like, okay, can you hear the hours? Can you be here for this? You know, this is the kind of game it is. Is that something you're willing to do? That kind of thing.
It could happen to you.
Yeah.
It could happen to you.
So, yeah. If you're interested in being the Red Ranger, do let me know. We can set you up with character sheets and Zord mechanics, and we might at first have you start off as a slightly lower level, but I'll have you level up faster in order to get you up to speed. And that's just basically to get you used to the rule set and your abilities. And here's the thing. In this game, levels are way less important than they are in like a D20, like a 5e game, right? Like the power level difference between level 1 and level 20 is significantly lower than the difference between a level 1 character in 5e and a level 20 character in 5e. So, but anyway, with that, you guys have discovered the body of a mantoid that has been shot. It is, as far as you can tell, in fact, quite dead.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, it has been destroyed. Because this is Power Rangers.
Oh, it's Power Rangers. It's been destroyed.
Oh, actually, in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always, they do say kill a few times. So.
Okay, I learned something about Batman the animated series, which was the reason the Joker gas exists is that to keep the children's TV show rating, they weren't allowed to kill anyone, and so they came up with the Joker gas. Then talked about how that was so much more disturbing.
Yeah.
Wait, Superman says, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That question? More like, where do you see yourself in 5 months? Like, will you still be able to play? But yeah, basically.
5 years. That's a big plan.
Yeah, I don't plan on having this game running in 5 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
No plan? No.
Yeah, in 5 years we will almost certainly be done, either because we had to cut the game short or because we got to the final episode. Because this is a game with a timer running. We have a finite number of episodes that we will do, and then at that point, I will transition to something else. And if these characters come back, it will be for cameo purposes. Different game.
Oh, only cameo. We can't Dr. Oliver that stuff. Can't become like so and so and so and so.
Nope. Sorry.
Oh well. There's always no other characters to play.
Yeah.
And 5 years will be when the Dapper Dino tabletop RPG releases, obviously.
Yeah, clearly. Where you can fight off Mecha Kent.
Listen, we need to find a good excuse to play the Christian RPG.
Oh my goodness. I've played that, you know.
I know.
What is that?
It's Dragon Quest. It's
It's
quite the thing. Instead of casting spells, you can recite Bible verses, but you as the player have to remember the Bible verse.
It doesn't sound
gosh.
that fun.
Dear God.
Yeah, I'm just
Dr.
gonna look
Josh
him
would
up.
be so good at it.
Yeah, that sounds like it's perfectly made for him.
Oh no.
That would be pretty hilarious.
Too bad.
All right, though, guys. Let's we're gonna get back to there's a mantoid. What are you
Okay,
doing about
there's
the
a dead-
mantoid?
Poke it with a stick.
Sorry, Maddie, have forgotten Power Ranger etiquette. Are we supposed to like remove mantoid bodies?
I mean, you guys have not been so far, even though you've definitely been destroying mantoids left and right throughout the series.
That's true.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't think it matters.
So yeah, I see that he's been dead for like a whole day, and I'm like, I think we're on the right path.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm with you.
Yeah,
Well,
let's keep going and
Now
hope we
what?
don't get shot.
All right, your
I'll protect
your
you.
communicators go off,
Yeah.
and it's Zelkar who says, "Rangers, have you been able to pinpoint the location of the source of the signal sent that's creating all these weather disturbances?"
Found a dead
well,
mantoid, if that matters.
It's in this general, like, kind of 10, 15 mile radius of where we are in Malaysia. We're still looking for it, though, the exact location.
Are you still being able to pinpoint a stronger signal, or has it sort of evened out?
It's evened out in this area.
All right, so the voice of Dr. O comes in and says, "Hey, Rangers, so I'm having that same problem with the grid polarity fluctuations. It seems like they're just emanating from this broad region. You said that you're aware of this weather control device. I'm assuming it's not miles across, right?"
Yeah, probably not.
That's
We don't
very
think
unlikely.
so.
Okay. I think we might have to try a new tact, and it might be more helpful if you were here operating the computers and sensors from here. I think we've narrowed it down as far as we can from there. I'm going to try a new option. One that I don't want to just transmit over, airwaves.
Yeah, we also found a mantoid corpse here, so I think we're on the right track.
Oh yeah, those are like the putties, but for you guys, right?
Yep.
Weren't
I
those weird
guess.
clay
Putties?
things that like waved their arms around a lot and weren't very friendly?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You
Really
guys
freaky.
might remember Tyrannodrones, right? Right, Claire? You probably remember Tyrannodrones. You were around for that.
Yeah, I remember Tyrannodrone.
Okay, yeah. It's probably more like Tyrannodrones then. Yeah. Okay.
I remember those weird fish things that are like really easy to beat up.
Oh, Piranhatrons? Yeah, those guys were
Yeah.
weird. They smell bad though.
Yeah, I remember like the whole police department in my hometown like beat up a ton, and they didn't even need their guns to do it.
Yeah, Piranhatrons were like a special kind of pathetic. I don't get it.
Were those like the mecha people with like the gears and stuff?
Kind of.
Oh,
Huh.
I think you're thinking of Doctor Who.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
those are
not.
like Cybermen.
No, we're not talking about Cybermen now.
No, they're
out
literally
of
gear
character.
people.
There have been numerous explicitly robot henchmen in the Power
Excellent,
Rangers franchise.
okay.
Yeah, like multiple kinds. Like there's Crybots. There's Cogs.
I'm sorry, a
there's
crybot?
Yeah, Crybot. CRY bot.
Do they
Why?
cry, or is the implication that they make you cry?
I don't
Too many
know, but you
questions.
guys have already fought Crybots.
Oh, okay.
We gotta let's.
Remember,
I'm gonna
remember the
go-
episode Trouble with Trubians? It was 2 episodes ago. Yeah, the enemies that you fought there were
Yes, okay.
Crybots.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go talk to my sister. You guys
Okay,
go
more
back
in
to.
more in character. Okay, so you want to teleport to the hospital. Everyone else, I'm assuming, will transport back to the monitoring station.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Don't
Seems
forget
like
to
we're the
demorph
roads,
before you go to the hospital, David.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, you want to power down now, or
Yeah, it seems wise. I'll power down now. Well, I'll go down an alley and then power it down.
I mean,
And then
there's no one around. You're in the middle of
we're in the
rural
forest.
Malaysia.
I'm
Yeah,
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
gonna
Hey,
say
I'll
it
do
though.
that. Powered what? It's not unmorphing time.
No, you gotta say power down.
Power down.
All right, you unmorph. All right, there you go. Let's see. So David is going to teleport to the hospital, and I think we're actually going to start with that scene. So you guys teleport over to the monitoring station, but we're not going to go there quite yet. So, David, what are you up to at the hospital?
I just want to see how my sister's doing, so I'll go find her room.
Okay. Now, remember, you have now used your teleporter 3 times, and we are slightly house ruling the teleporter so that teleporting to the monitoring station doesn't count as a use.
Okay.
And you have 4 uses, so you are now on use number 3 that you just used.
3? That's fine.
Okay.
This one's important.
Everyone else is on 2 uses.
Okay.
So, I will make the. So it was daytime when you went to Singapore. It is currently the middle of the night, and you are met at the front desk with someone who's saying, "Hi, can we help you?"
I'm here to see my sister. Can I give him her name?
It's not visiting hours.
I know this is rather important. It's family business.
Can you come back in the morning?
I can't. I have to work. I have work in the morning. I can't possibly make the schedule work.
So it's important enough for us to risk the health of our patients to violate visiting hours, but not important enough to miss work.
Yep. I'm a police officer.
And they don't have extra police officers?
Listen, I'm not here to argue with you. I'm just simply saying I need to see my sister.
Right, and I'm saying I'm the one in charge of that.
And?
So I'm not sure why I'm violating the rules of the hospital, which I could be fired for. Because you need to talk to some lady.
Not some lady. My sister. At least
I know for you it's not some lady. It is for me, though. So, yeah, right now we're looking at a no.
I guess I leave.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
Not really sure. There's a lot of things I could do. Should I do them? Probably not.
It depends on the things, I suppose.
Should probably go to the monitoring station.
Yeah, if I don't believe this character would take a more rash decision, so I guess I'll go straight to the monitoring station.
Okay. So we're gonna start a little bit before David gets there. So this is sort of it. Meanwhile, you'll teleport into the monitoring station. Dr. O's there. He's like, okay, Rangers, here's what I'm thinking. I think that the weather control device might be shifted into an alternate dimension.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So maybe we should be looking for like Zen phase radiation or something like that.
I don't think that's a thing, but maybe.
I read about it in a magazine once.
Was it like the Weekly World News?
No, I think it was physics something. I didn't quite understand it fully.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
But here's the idea, right? Okay. Now, I'm not an expert on this, but throughout Ranger history, there has been occasional sporadic contact with a few alternate dimensions.
Oh.
So I think if we put our heads together, we might be able to get the transmission equipment here to be able to send a transmission that might at least weekly get into some alternate dimensions that we know there have been Ranger teams in. And they, at the very least, might have better transdimensional technology, and they might be able to search a few different dimensions on our behalf to try to locate this. Because those teams, whenever they've needed help from other Rangers, have had to use transdimensional technology to get it. So I know that there's at least a couple teams like that.
Do they have mustaches?
The whole team like shares a mustache?
One big
think so.
stash.
No,
Just checking.
not that I'm aware of.
So it's not a mirror universe situation.
I mean, look,
Good to know.
I've only been to like 3 alternate dimensions, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me. Nope.
What was the goatee status in those dimensions?
Okay, so when I went into the ruined universe because my robot doppelganger was kidnapping rangers, there were no extra goatees.
But not even on the robot doppelganger?
No, he looked just like me.
Whoa.
Until I shot off his skin suit.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. And then
That's
I shot
metal.
an arrow into the sky, the bad guy shot an arrow into the sky, but I caught it with my Zord and turned it back around on him.
Nice.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I used the White Falcon Zord.
What?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Not to be confused with the Red Zeo Zord, which is also a Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Different Zords.
It's red. How you could confuse them?
Stroking his manhood.
Just saying. I mean, they're different Zords, right? But let's see. When I was in Lord Zed's Dark Dimension, it was only me and Goldar, and it was the same Goldar from our dimension. So there weren't any extra goatees because I certainly didn't grow one while I was there.
Okay.
And Goldar, I don't know if he even could grow a goatee. Like, he's not even human, so like, can he grow? I don't know. Yeah, I never looked into the biology enough. He had wings at one point. That's not a goatee, though.
That's not a goatee.
And I don't think I've been to any other dimensions besides the Dark Dimension and that dimension where that guy was kidnapping rangers.
Okay.
To be fair, with the short hair, you could probably rock one. Goatee, that is.
I mean,
Well, at least
yeah.
the dimensions like name themselves the dark dimension, so you have like a sense of what you're.
Well, I mean, I got that name from Lord Zed. He called it his Dark Dimension.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe if anyone lives there, they call it something else. Like maybe they call it Toby. I don't know.
I mean, somebody who has the power to send people to the Dark Dimension must be pretty scary and very serious, right?
I mean, yeah, it was Lord Zed. He was according to him, he was the emperor of all he sees. That didn't work out so well for him. And also, he ended up working for Malagor, if I remember correctly, but I wasn't super around at that point, so...
So is he like Space Mufasa?
Who?
Lord Zed? Everything polite touches?
Yeah, I guess kind of, yeah, in that sense, yeah. Except, I don't think he would have kept people away from the elephant graveyard. I feel like he would have set up shop there.
I feel like he'd be more Space Hero Hito or something like that then.
Or maybe Space Scar.
That's also true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who has a lion goatee?
Yeah, okay, good point. Yeah. Now, Lord Zed had a face mask on, so I can't, like, he had a little grill in front of his mouth, so I can't tell if he had a goatee. But he generally just didn't have skin, so probably not. Yeah, but also, I don't think the goatee question is as pressing as the can we contact some of the Rangers in other dimensions question.
That's fair.
Okay. All right, so let's figure this out. We're going to use your computers. Zelkar gonna help out. Zelkar says, I will help as much as I can. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to actually Dr. O has the highest science roll. What we're gonna do is I'm going to have I think Orion is the one who has not rolled the most. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you use Orion the roll macros to make sure this works. But you're gonna roll for Tommy this time. Here's what we're going to do. Who is trained in science besides... Claire is. Gary is. And I think Orion is, right?
I have a D2 in science.
Okay. So what we're going to do is Zelkar is also going to help out, which he normally can't, but we're going to executive it so that he can. So what we're going to do is you are going to roll a 2d20. And you're also going to roll a, let's see, and a d12. So that's /R, You can just write, /r space 2d20, and then you can also roll a d12 the same way, /r space d12. And then we're going to take the higher of the two d20s, and we're going to take the d12, and we're going to add them up and see what we get.
We can say, like, Zelkar's, like, optimizing the computer system or something.
Yeah, basically. All right, so that is a 13, which is enough for a very, very weak connection. So, the view screen pops into a staticky screen, and you can barely see what's happening. There's a lot of just staticky noises. All right.
Whoa. 2010 video call.
Yeah, it's worse. It's like you turned on your TV into no station in like the 1950s.
Ouch.
Yeah. Held that dial between stations. Bad idea. But slowly, as that happens, you start to resolve a little bit of a picture, and it kind of looks like the inside of a cave, but with some computer components. And you can't really see it, but some kind of vaguely human-shaped figure comes in front of a camera, and you can barely hear, but it says, "Hello?
Hi.
Oh, hi. Who this?
This is the White Dolphin Ranger?
I don't think we have White Dolphin Ranger."
No, I'm from another dimension. We need your help, actually.
You from outside?
No, another dimension. Like, space-wise, I guess.
Oh, like from Sky.
Yes.
Oh,
Kinda.
okay. Hi.
Hi.
As you're going, Dr. O is tweaking a few things to try to get a little bit clearer, and it gets a little clearer. You see a guy who is wearing a tank top, and he has sort of like down to like the bottom of his shoulder length, somewhat wavy hair, and yeah, he's like, "Oh, I see you now. Me Coda."
Nice to meet you.
Yes. Blue Ranger.
Gary, White Ranger.
Hi, Gary. He looks around. He says, "Miko, get Shelby.
All right.
Stay."
Will do.
Okay, and he exits, and then a few minutes later, someone who I'm going to be putting on screen, so you might want to check the stream, shows up, and she says, "Oh, hi, I'm Shelby. Coda went and got me. Sorry about him. He's a caveman."
Huh.
I gathered that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole thing. He's an actual caveman.
I mean, it's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it is. So look, I'm Shelby. I'm one of the techie kind of people here. Can I help you? Coda said you're from the sky, but I'm not sure if that's right.
We're from another dimension.
Oh yeah, one of
we need
those. Huh?
help.
Yeah, it seems like most of the Rangers are from other dimensions. It's kind of unfair. But like most of them are from the same other dimension, whereas my dimension gets like one team. But also we do get dinosaurs now, so you win some, you lose some.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Like I actually have a pet, a little pet like Mononicus. I feed it the ants in the backyard. It's actually pretty cool. I like it.
Claire, do you want to explain the situation? Because I think you have a better grasp on it than I do.
Okay. Hi, Shelby. I'm Claire.
Claire?
Okay, I want to see your Mononicus really bad, but that's not... Okay, we've got a weather machine problem, and we think that it's being hidden by shifting it just slightly out of our dimension, but it's still able to affect our weather, and we don't know how to find it, and it's a problem.
Yeah, that does sound like a bit of a problem. Okay, can you send me the data that you gathered about it from your dimension?
Yeah, and then I wave frantically at Dr. O, and I'm like, the data, can you send?
Oh, yeah, let me send that. I'll send it right over.
Okay.
Tap some buttons, kind of Star Trek style. Boop, 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 boop. It's like, okay, yeah, that's coming through. Okay, so Malaysia area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems that apparently our dimensions have very similar geography. Although
That's
for some reason
helpful.
you guys don't seem to have a Xandar.
No.
Yeah, that's
No.
weird.
Where is that?
Oh, it's over in Europe.
Where about in Europe?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm more into like technology development and paleontology than I am into.
Is it like between the United Kingdom and Netherlands?
Maybe. You know what? I might ask the King of Xandar next time we talk. He's one of our rangers, by the way.
Oh, that's
What?
pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, so it turns out that apparently to make up for the fact that my universe has only one Power Rangers team, there's 11 of us.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's
if it's
handy.
in between those two places, it might be underwater in our dimension.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. I read about it a year or so back.
Oh, what do you call that region? No, we don't have time. We're gonna fix your weather. This is apparently a big important thing, right?
Yeah, the world is kind of in danger.
Okay. Do I need to call Dr. K? No, I think I got this. Look, if I had to call Dr. K every time interdimensional dangers popped up, then what would Kendall say about that? And you know what the last thing I need is for Kendall to lose faith in me, because it was hard enough to get her to let me be in charge of the scanners for the new dinosaur fossils. Goodness.
Right?
Yeah, just because I started out working at the burger joint in the museum doesn't mean I don't know what's going on.
It doesn't mean you don't know what's going on.
I know a lot about
I
dinosaurs.
started at the local Starbucks.
Well, hey.
We've all got to make a buck. That doesn't mean you don't know stuff.
Plus, I grill a mean Bronto burger.
I bet you do.
Yeah. While being basically a self-trained expert on dinosaurs. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
And also a whiz at the tech.
And no goatee.
Also, yeah, that's true. I don't think I can grow a goatee.
Listen, I had a theory. I think it's wrong. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
What was it?
That if you're evil from a different dimension, you grow facial hair.
Not in my experience, but maybe.
Maybe one dimension, Claire. Maybe one dimension.
Okay.
Yeah, there's probably a goatee dimension out there full of evil people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't been there.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been to this dimension. I've been to your dimension. I've been to one other that wasn't really well inhabited, but it did have that weird yellow filter that they put on movies set in Mexico that are made in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it had that.
Oh, the Breaking Bad filter.
Yeah, right? Like when they go to Mexico and everything's kind of urine colored for some reason. Even though, if you go to real Mexico, that's not what it's like.
Yeah, I did a trip there when I was an undergrad.
Yeah. So that dimension had that kind of color there. But then we fought, Goldar Maximus. And then Tommy pipes up and says, "Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I wasn't there for that. Sorry about that." He says, "No, it's no big deal. I mean, most of your friends were there. I mean, we had, let's see, who was there? So Jason was there, and Billy showed up, and let's see, I think Trini was there. Sorry about Trini, by the way. I heard about that. That's really rough. But also Kimberly was there, and then most of my team was there, and then let's see, most of your team was there." And then I think who else was there? Well, okay, so those guys with the leather jackets, that Ranger team, that was weird. They kind of bowed out. But anyway, it worked out. It doesn't matter. We're concentrating on this. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna concentrate on getting the scanning done. Okay. So I will send you my schematics for my interdimensional scanner, as well as my dimensional travel device. That is what lets us get to your dimension, as well as Corinth, and a few other places like that. Should we call Wes? We'll put Wes in our back pocket, just like Dr. K. Like if we need to call Wes, we'll call him. If we don't, we won't. We'll see. I mean, look, it's not like his team's going to show up, right?
Yep.
Okay. I feel like you guys aren't super up on your Ranger history.
No, we aren't.
Okay. Well, you should double check the archives next time that you have some downtime. Not that Rangers get a lot of downtime, right?
No.
No.
We don't. I get it. I mean, we do now after we got rid of Sledge the first time, but whatever. That's not important.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Okay. So let me gather all these files and send them over. So Dr. O, you think you can receive this transmission? He gives a thumbs up. Okay. I'm sending the transmission now. And so, notice on your computers a little bar shows up and it starts to fill up, and it has a little, stops and starts, and it eventually fills up. You got the plans for the interdimensional scanner and the interdimensional transporter.
All right.
He says, "All right. If there's anything else I can do, let me know. But for now, I'm gonna go see what kind of trouble Coda's getting up to, because look, he's a little disappointed that the dinosaurs came back, but the mammoths didn't, because he still misses mammoth ribs. And look, Bronto ribs are just not the same. Yeah, he's a little disappointed about that. He's happy that that there still aren't any saber-toothed cats, though. Because he still isn't super over, being stuck in ice for millennia after saving his brother from a saber-toothed cat that one time.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a downer, yeah.
Oh,
it is a downer.
Do you have giant cycads there still? Or are those extinct?
I mean, we got some medium cycads. But it turns out that the flowering plants still kind of dominated the floral evolution kind of deal. Sorry.
It's all right.
Big cycad fan?
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, not like a whole bunch of extra cycads came back with the...
That's probably problematic for their whole dietary needs. I'd take a guess.
No, they're fine with most pine trees, and some of them can even eat grass. It's okay. Yeah.
All right. Should we have some kind of montage of us putting this kind of transporter together?
Yeah. So you guys spend the better part of a day attempting to put this together. At this point, you are all just... Doesn't matter how much weather there is. If you keep going at this point, you're just going to start performing worse and worse. So Zelkar demands that you all take a nap. Yeah.
Oh man. Hurricane hit Florida for the third time in the past day.
Oh, not again. Not Florida.
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Again?
Yeah, poor Florida.
Always Florida.
I think Claire is she's already fallen asleep at her desk.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But the next day, you guys wake back up, and you're not 100% back. Although, it is the kind of time of day when David might be able to go see his sister.
Yeah, he goes back, but he feels really awkward about it.
Well, there's a different receptionist there.
Yeah, he's all gentlemanly now. I'd like to see my sister, and he gives the name.
Okay, Claire Dran. The room number. Yeah, okay. And you're her brother, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Here is a visitor badge. Just make sure you return it on your way out.
Okay.
Okay.
Doodle-doo. He walks out. He walks that way.
Okay. So it does not take you very long to get to your sister's room.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks up and she says, "David, you're back. But The storms are still going. I'm watching the news. What's...
We have some. There's some things we're doing about that, but I can't tell you about that. It might put you in too much danger. But I do have some questions about this weather machine. Like,
Yeah.
what's it look like? What should we look out for? Things like that.
So it's she holds up her hands and makes like pulls them apart about like 8 inches apart. It's about this big, and it's sort of like it has a cube, but
Okay.
at the center of each face is a little pyramid, and all the angles on the pyramid, like the edges on the pyramids, are like 45 degrees offset from each
I'm supposed to write this
like
down.
point on the cube, and it's got sort of a metallic-y, sort of like dark orange sheen to it.
All right. Well. Okay. All right. Anything else I should know about this machine? Aside from the obvious.
I mean, it's really dangerous, as you can see. We really need to get that away from whoever's using it.
Yeah, we're on that now. It's just taking some time to. Anyway, the less you know, the better. But we're on it. We have our top people on it.
Okay. You gotta hurry up, though.
I know.
Your city is being basically just destroyed.
I know.
It's gonna take years to come back from this.
We've well, as a people of Earth have dealt with a lot more, and they've gotten better every time about getting through it. So
Okay.
we should do it. But I'll see you.
Okay, good luck.
All right. He gives her a wave, and he runs back and he hugs her, and he's like, and he kisses her on the forehead and says, and he says goodbye, and then he leaves and he rushes out and he finds somewhere in an alleyway where no one will see him, and he ports back to HQ.
Okay. You guys ready to go back to Malaysia?
Do we have a better spot?
No, but you have a scanner that can probably locate a better spot.
Okay.
He also explains what it looks like to all of you now.
That is unfortunately not the size of a house.
Or fortunately, since it means you can probably carry it back if you find it.
That's true.
Yeah. Gary's gonna grab some ranger rope before we go as well, just to make sure. About 40 feet of it.
Yeah. What else?
What is that, like?
Rope.
13 meters? Let me double check that.
Yeah, you look and see how much the ranger rope is.
No, I'm just gonna see how much 40 feet is in metric.
Okay. So, is anyone else grabbing anything in particular?
I don't know what we'll need.
No.
Can I grab a Malaysian
Passport.
language handbook?
Oh, well,
I
take
was
my
off
passport.
by 1 meter. It's 12 meters.
So Zelkar doesn't happen to have one handy, nor are there a whole lot of them just laying around in bookshops in, like, the middle of the Amazon.
Oh, ropes.
But also, you're primarily relying on Kendall, or not Kendall, but on Shelby's device, rather than directions from the locals, who probably don't have an interdimensional scanner.
Indeed.
Fair.
Not just because they're in the middle of nowhere, but also, because that's not a common thing to just have on Earth.
Says you.
I did just say that, and I'm also the person in charge of what things are common on Earth in this game. So,
That is true. Good point.
I restock my juice
Big
box
bit.
supply.
Juice boxes.
Okay.
Bring some water.
that seems like a good idea.
Backpack. Lots of water.
I've got bug spray.
Okay.
Or that.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those
And sunscreen.
interdimensional bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Water.
Interdimensional.
Some antiseptic.
Okay.
just general like medical supplies. You never know.
I mean, Claire has that mostly covered with her like healing abilities.
I know, but you never know. And that's all I can think of. So I guess I'll just drop it on. I'm as ready as I'll ever be, guys. Oh boy.
Okay. So you guys teleport back to near where you were before. You can still see that road. And you activate the scanners. And I would like, Claire, why don't you take a science check? And we'll allow you to get edge and a +1 upshift since there are people to help you.
Okay.
Hey, you can do this in a D4.
Yeah, and a D4, I suppose.
Okay. Do. This +1. That. Edge. Submit. That's a 25 critical
Damn.
success. With the.
That is one off from being the highest it can possibly be right now.
You were saying?
With a 1, a 26.
All right. Well, with that 26, you absolutely pinpoint the location where there is a dimensional rift that you can use your dimensional transporter to shift through.
Oh, guys, it's right there.
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
It's not even going to require a check for you to use the transporter.
Awesome.
Okay. So, are you going to all go through?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am.
Okay. So before you do, you get a message from Dr. O who says, Rangers, good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. O.
We'll do our best, and we'll definitely
All right.
save the world.
If necessary, I'll be around here back in our dimension to fight off what I can if we have to. I still have access to most of my Zords, so yeah, it'll.
If I don't make it back, tell my sister what happened here to give her some closure.
What's your sister's name?
I gave him the general information of where she's located
Got it.
because I don't want to waste too much time.
Well, again, may the power protect you.
Once and forever, always.
That's right. Once a ranger, always a ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys activate the dimensional transporter, and you actually can see the dimensional rift in front of you. Looks like a hole in like the fabric of space. And through it, you can see a similar but somewhat different landscape that is very dark, and there are roiling clouds in the sky. It looks unpleasant.
Well, I can't believe we entered a post-industrial wasteland.
Not that hard to believe. All right. So you all step through, because you told me you were going to. And the dimensional transporter takes a little bit and says that it's detecting dimension designation. And it comes up that, in fact, this is the dark dimension that Tommy had at one point been teleported to.
Oh boy.
Which I'm sure is a big shock given the name of today's episode.
Oh no. I didn't read
Dark
the episode.
dimension!
Yeah.
Oh god, that was loud.
Oh, sorry.
So, you all look around, and you are still in a jungle. But this jungle seems to have a higher water table and more sickly plants. A lot of the plants are drooping and have small leaves. It's not a fun time here. There are big insects buzzing all around. Some of them look fairly unpleasant and have big stingers or big sucking mouth parts that look like they could probably go right through your skin.
I don't. This is actually my personal nightmare. The plants are dying. The bugs are too big. I don't like. Bug spray, anybody?
Very unpleasant.
Gary is putting on a lot of bug spray right now.
Okay. So I would like everyone to make an alertness check.
I don't want to. Yes, I do.
Gotcha.
I'm alerting.
Nice. That's a 20 for Gary. A 10 for Orion. A 12 for David.
A 4.
A 4 for Claire. Nice.
I'm trying to catch one of the bugs.
Okay.
Well, you welcome to the mine shaft.
10,000 lightning bugs.
All right, Gary, you notice that there is a towering structure off in the distance. It looks kind of like a mountain, but like perhaps too steep for a naturally forming mountain.
Huh.
It's also
Guys.
the only distinguishable feature that you can see beyond the trees.
Guys,
Yeah, what?
over in what general direction?
Steve Reno said nothing is kosher, Gary. I don't know if Gary is Jewish, and if he is, I don't know if he keeps kosher.
No, Gary is not Jewish.
Well, there you go. Gary doesn't care at all. Wait, is he like, is he Muslim or something?
No.
Nah, he's probably got like, he probably just doesn't care. Yeah. Also, some bugs are kosher.
Anything's kosher enough, you believe.
Okay, what direction is the kind of sort of mountain looking thing?
I don't know, left?
Guys, over to the left, there's a mountain, but kind of like, a Disney mountain. Looks kind of fake.
Like Grayskull?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let's go.
Yeah.
So you start heading that way, and it takes a while for it to come closer because it's a good distance away. It was hard to judge because it was, sort of on the horizon. But as you get closer and closer, you notice that there are easily visible footprints, like so easily that I'm not making you check for it, in the ground, and they are definitely mantoid footprints, and a lot of them.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe we should morph if we aren't already morphed.
Okay.
It's morphin' time. Black Cayman. Go Cayman.
It's morphin' time.
So y'all morph, unless anyone doesn't want to.
Feathers, sir.
Yeah, I've morphed. I've got like the ranger rope around my around me like a bandolier.
Still weird here. Ranger.
All right.
No, I specified I brought it. I'm going to keep mentioning it.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you get closer, you can actually see that this structure that looked like a mountain is actually a very tall earthen structure that resembles one of those tall, like termite mounds that you get in like Africa.
Oh, hell no.
And there are, look in the distance, and you can see just like silhouetted mantoids coming in and out of little holes in it.
Like
You seem to have found a city of mantoids.
Ooh.
That's not fun.
Well,
Maybe we can reason with them?
Yeah, maybe. It's worked so well in the past.
Yeah, I don't think I want to try that avenue, my friend.
Yeah.
But that's where the weather machine is?
Well, so you check your scanner, and it does seem like it's in that direction.
Well, poop.
Yeah.
Maybe we can. No, that's dumb. This is
What?
going to be interesting.
Well, we talked about using our Zords to get through border security.
Yeah.
Are you sure you can even summon your Zords into another dimension?
Where do they even come from in our dimension?
We were able to
Grid.
summon our suits.
So it's a maybe.
I don't. That seems a little loud, though, don't you think?
Well, the way I
Maybe
see it,
I got
we can either go in big and loud with guns blazing or try to do this sneaky, but I'm not very good at sneaking.
Maybe we should try to meet up with the other Power Ranger unit that exists on this plane.
Are you sure there is one?
I don't know. I'm saying that out loud to everybody.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, we would have to ask them to come to this dimension.
Oh, they don't exist on this dimension?
No, that was a different dimension.
Yeah, this is a dark dimension.
Is there any Power Rangers on the quote-unquote dark dimension?
I don't think so.
Damn it.
It sounds pretty evil.
Yeah,
Like
I don't wanna
comically evil.
Yeah, maybe it's just like a misnomer.
I don't think it is.
I mean, it is
Like,
actually
name
physically
that-
dark.
Maybe it's just
I
called out because it's an actual dark place, not like an evil connotation. Oh god, that's a big bug. Ah!
I know, right? I think I saw a mosquito like the size of my head.
Well, guys,
Yeah, I don't like that.
we will take the planning and execution of the trip to the Mantoid City either a bit off air so you guys can chat about it, or next time, because we're going to start wrapping things up here.
No.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from right to left, and we're going to say if anyone has any closing words, and then I'm going to give some final closing things, and we're going to get out of here, and we will hopefully be back on the... So let's see. Now our normal day would be the 14th. That is my birthday.
14th of June?
Yeah. So I'm not sure what my plan is for that week. So at the very latest, we'll be back on the 28th. It's either the 14th or the 28th. I'm going to have to check with, like, what I want for my main channel in terms of, like, birthday specials. I might push the birthday special all the way to the 17th. If I do that, we'll almost certainly be back on the 14th. So if not, then we'll be back on the 28th. So the 14th or the 28th is when we're going to be back next. But first, Gary, got any final things? Anything to plug? Any last thoughts or words or whatever?
Dapper Dino, Saturday, 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000 subscribers. Yep, that's me.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, Orion, you got anything?
I am Orion. I'm played by Ben Tovey.
Yeah.
I'm on the Dapper Dinos show called Kent with Bent. And there's been 111 of them so far.
That's true.
And there's going to be thousands more.
Maybe.
So tune in on Tuesday evenings. Check your local time zone.
Yeah.
Check your local listings.
Claire.
What's up, team? I've got solo Call of Cthulhu. We're gonna see how many characters I can kill in 2 hours. It'll be a lot of fun. And I was also gonna say congrats to Dapper for his 10,000 sub.
Thank you.
Accomplishment. And that stream's gonna be on Saturday. It's gonna be great.
You're invited to that, by the way, Claire.
Oh,
well,
hey,
Maddie.
thanks. I'd love to come.
Claire isn't actually invited. Maddie is, though.
Okay, that's good. I'm not sure Claire would know anything.
Yeah. So, Maddie, you're invited. It's going to be drop in, drop out. Like, there's going to be a link, and you can just come and go as you please.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But as a regular guest on the channel, you are in fact invited to the subscriber special.
Hooray! I'm sorry, team.
No, it's okay. It's late, and you've got a baby to take care of. So
I do have a baby.
Yeah.
Babe.
Who is perfect and good in 9 whole months.
Babe.
Oh my god!
All right, David.
Wow.
What do you got?
Oh, I know exactly what to say. You know, it's hard to make Power Ranger jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, they feel super mega forced.
Ah!
Hey.
Nice. That was one of the
Also-
worst seasons.
Also, Maddie, it's been 9 months. Wasn't it just yesterday she was born?
Yeah, this is 9 months old, and my sister and I are trying to come up with the appropriate pun for her themed first birthday party.
Oh. All right, well, guys, tomorrow at noon on my main channel, Dapper Dinosaur, there's going to be a premiere. It's going to be a supercut premiere, so it's going to be like 2 hours or something. I don't know. It's really long.
Watch your own risk.
Yeah, that's going to be at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Then at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm starting the 10,000 subscriber special. I am going to plan on putting up some polls on my channel over the next couple days, because my idea is we're going to have some like live debunks, but I'm going to try to do it while playing video games that are also being shown on screen, so that I have to try to juggle both debunking and guests and a video game. And when I say a video game, like I'm going to be putting on here like things like Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3. So like if you really want to make me suffer, you can do it.
Nice.
Yeah. So and when we get to the day, we'll take a poll of the audience of that day as to whether or not we should start like a new campaign or whatever, or if we should just continue one of the ones I already have going. So yeah. So that should be painful.
Yes.
And yeah, then on the Tuesday the 6th, we're gonna have Kent with Bent 11D2.
Nice.
Yeah.
11D2.
Yep, that's gonna be Kent with Ben 11D2. Vagary says, like any of us don't watch your main channel like a hawk. Look, yeah, I know. But hey, thank you for coming. If this is your first time watching Power Rangers Jungle Beast, you're jumping in at episode 18. Please do go watch the previous 17. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I think we've had a lot of great episodes. I have had a lot of fun with this campaign. Honestly, this is one of the most fun campaigns I've ever run.
All right.
I'm
awesome.
I'm having a blast. I hope everyone else is.
I am.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
I'm having a great time.
Well, good. So I will leave you with the outro after I figure out where the heck I put it. There it is. All right. Bye, everybody. I hope I see you all tomorrow for the premiere. And also, if you're a member or a patron, I'm planning to finish my next script tomorrow and then record it the next day. And I'm not animating it, so it might end up being out like Friday evening or Saturday morning my time, if we're lucky. That's, it's been a busy, weird day, so I got less done than I expected. So, All right, with that, we are out of here. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, but before you go, I just want to say a